If you're interested in learning some tips and tricks for applying magnetic nail lacquers, then keep on watching. This tutorial will walk you through step by step to achieve the best magnetic manicure using standard non-gel nail lacquers. I will also show you how to achieve several different magnetic designs. First up, shake your nail polish bottle to ensure that all of the magnetic pigment is evenly dispersed. In this tutorial, we are using the Clionadh Cosmetics Nail Lacquer Magnet Wand. While I don't think it's necessary to magnetize every single coat, some people do have that preference, though here I'm going to show you that you can achieve a beautiful magnetic style without magnetizing at every single step. You can apply the base coat of your choice, and we recommend building up the nail lacquer to near opacity before even magnetizing. Once I'm on the magnetic step, I'm going to work one nail at a time. Apply a generous layer of the nail polish to ensure that it remains liquid enough so that the magnet can pull the magnetic pigment within it before the nail polish dries. If you apply too thin of a coat, there will not be enough time for the magnet to pull that pigment before it already starts to dry. So first up is a standard cat eye effect. I'm using the side of the Clionadh Cosmetics Magnet Wand that does not have the two S's and is on the narrow side of the wand with the line. I like to use this line as a reference for myself because that's how I know it's going to create a cat eye line. Take your magnet and hover it over just a couple millimeters above the nail, ensuring you don't accidentally bonk it, and you're going to want to hold it there for at least 60 seconds. This is crucial because you want the nail polish to dry as the magnet is holding that pigment in place. If you remove the magnet wand too early, you will see the pigment start to disperse. I'm using the same side of that magnet wand, but I'm going to hold it hovering above the top of my nail on the wide side of the wand so that the pigment gets pushed away from it and down towards the tip. I like to do this as a faux gradient or a faux French manicure look, and I find this blank out effect, for lack of better terms, is cool because it can be done in different orientations, vertically on the nail, horizontally, or even on a diagonal. And so this is an example of using that blank out effect, but in a vertical manner. So I have a left to right transition that essentially splits my nail in half. Whenever I do this design, I like to push the pigment a little bit over halfway so that as the nail polish cures, and it does inevitably disperse a little bit, it's coming back in towards the center and not creeping past over. So this is the side now that has the two S symbols. If you hold it with the narrow side over the nail, this will create a cross or an X. You're going to want to do your best to hold that magnet wand pretty still so that you're not moving it around and dragging that magnetic pigment, which will result in a less crisp effect. And this design, I'm using the S side again, but on the wider edge. So that line in the middle of those two S's is where the pigment gets pulled, but because the width of that is shorter than the width of my nail, on the outer edges, the pigment is going to disperse. This is going to give a little bit of an S-shape effect. And now I'm going to show you a fun design that does not use our magnet wand, rather is using one of those telescopic pick-upper magnetic tools. Because this is a circular magnet, it's going to create little blank circles and push the pigment away from it. This is actually my favorite way to do a magnetic nail polish because I find that the end effect is so dimensional and trippy and otherworldly. I'm going to go ahead and hover that magnet over the base of my nail on one corner and then the opposite at the tip and go back and forth for the duration of holding it for that minute. And you can manipulate it a little bit to get the S curve that you want here. Keep bopping it back and forth. I personally like this S shape a lot because it is extra curvy and it's really easy to control regardless of your nail shape or length. Once you've done magnetizing all of your nails, or maybe it's just one as an accent nail, once you do your top coat, you're going to want to remagnetize it at least 60 seconds. This is because your top coat essentially is kind of reliquefying that nail polish underneath, so it can cause some dispersal once again. During this step, you'll want to make sure that you're hovering that magnet in the same orientation that is already applied on the nail. This is a good example. You can see just at the base of my nail, because I didn't paint that second layer completely over the first, there was some dried nail polish that couldn't react when I held the magnet over it. To avoid this, When you do your magnetic coat, ensure that you're painting completely over what is beneath. Of course, at the end of your manicure, you can also just clean this up with a little bit of acetone. And there you have it. Just look at how stunning this manicure is. I'm absolutely in love with the shifts, the different effects. I think it's so cool to play around with magnetics and see what kind of design that you really like. The fun thing with them is that you don't have to do every nail. You can just make it one as an accent, or if you have the time, why not do a full set too? With magnetic nail lacquers, practice really makes perfect, but I promise you the end effect is so worth it. If you have any questions or if you want me to do any other type of magnetic finishes, let me know in the comments down below. Definitely tag us in any posted photos of your manicures. I would absolutely love to see it. Thank you so much for watching. I would really appreciate it if you could like this video and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Bye for now.